a new product, how does the process work? And I know you work very closely with distributors who are here at this event. Talk about how that whole process works. It sounds like something you've done for quite a long time.
Yeah, I've been with the organization, Dave, now for not quite 5 years, and this was very much a new business model for me. I had previously worked with a U.S. manufacturer, so the idea of coming to work for a smaller family business, as is Metroflor, and the relationships that we're fortunate to have with the various factory alliances that Harlan spoke of, it's been quite enlightening for me because the innovation that Harlan spoke of today and that we so quickly point to as one of the hallmarks of our business model and legacy, it's a two-way street. In some instances, the innovation that we strive for may come into existence from thoughts or ideas that we have here. It could be a thought or idea that one of our customers brings to us. We identify if it can be achieved, and we work very closely with our factory partners to bring it to life, and then ultimately test it and validate it to make sure that it can deliver on what we hope it can. The thing that's been rewarding for me is to recognize, and we typically travel over to Asia a number of times a year to visit with these factories. They're quick to innovate and bring ideas to us. And sometimes it's the combination of an idea that maybe was sparked here in the United States, coupled with a technology that perhaps they were working on unbeknownst to us, and before you know it, we have something that is really special. But to comment one step further on something that Harlan mentioned, the speed at which these things occur is probably hard for someone to appreciate unless you've been a part of it. Because the idea of taking something from its conceptual stage to the point where it becomes a reality and a product that is launched in the market, in some cases we might be able to do that in 6 months. That is not a timeline that many other companies can support. Perhaps for viable reasons, but I think what's exciting about, as Harlan noted, the alliances that we have, the factory capabilities that we enjoy based on those alliances, bringing new products to life very quickly when others maybe are just thinking about it, that's frankly an advantage that we think a few of our competitors really can sustain as we can.
Very interesting. This facility here, talk about the functions that are going to be served by this brand new facility here in Calhoun.
Well, I think I might start first, Dave, by indicating that this building is one of a handful on a small campus that we have here in Calhoun. Many of the other buildings that are here on this campus, I would refer to them as performing back-of-house functions. Functions that oftentimes our customers may appreciate. They appreciate that we do them, and hopefully that we do them well, but they're invisible and they're not seen. For instance, we inventory samples and collaterals here that service our distributors and ultimately the retailers that we do business with. We sell supporting sundry materials, adhesives, underlayments, things that complement our LVT. That's performed here. Our call center, customer service, when you call 1-800-Metroflor, the phones are answered here. Installation training is done here. Technical services, if there is a warranty complaint, it's addressed here. But most of those things, as I described, don't really require a tour or maximum visibility. Our customers just want to know that we have the wherewithal to do those functions and hopefully do them well. This building, the Design and Innovation Center, I think is a little different because it gives us a chance to be a little more visible, invite customers, whether they be distributors, our distributors' customers, architects, designers, end users, and so forth, to really see what it is that we do, not just in some of these other buildings on the campus, but they can see our products first and foremost. They can see new designs, new technologies that we may be working on, and we can solicit input that they may have, just like we talked earlier about how innovation may go from concept to fruition. We might show a customer here at this Innovation Center an idea that we have for a product that 6 months or 9 months from now will be in the marketplace, but it'll be unique or different or better because of the input that we got from the customers that came here. So this is a more visible facility that we want to immerse our customers and our clients in our world of LVT right here in Calhoun.
Let me ask you about the Metroflor distribution network that the company has in place.
It's the best in the business.
The best in the business, and I refer to it as probably the most valuable asset that we don't own. It's an asset that allows us to take product to market. It's an asset that allows us to do that with some of the best-in-class distributors nationwide. And frankly, you can point to a lot of things that maybe we do that we believe helps us become successful. Our distributors, first and foremost, are really the lifeblood of how we take our ideas and make them reality in the marketplace. So we're very, very fortunate.
And we are so committed to our distributors that when we went to the contract commercial market with Aspecta, unlike some of the other brands, we chose to do it through distribution. We felt that their value add and their capability to penetrate the market was so great that we would use them, even though we're warehousing the entire line ourselves, we need them to be part of it because they're so good at what they do. That's not the traditional model for contract vinyl in this country. So our dedication to independent distribution is tremendous, and the quality of our distributors, and we were able to cherry pick from the, say, the American name brand distributors, the ones that fit, and we have freedom to reign, and I think we put together a beautiful network of dedicated friends.
Well, I'll have to say that they must be friends. You had a lot of people here today. I guess most of them were distributors.
Yes.
And you had quite a crowd here, and I suspect that most of them had to travel quite a ways to be here.
We don't have a distributor in Georgia. Let's put it that way. Our Georgia distributor lives in South Carolina, so people came from all across the country, far away as Portland, Oregon, Boston, Massachusetts, Los Angeles, California, Miami, Florida. So we had all four corners of the country, and a whole bunch of people from the middle of it too.
Do you see any changes in the distribution network, additions, subtractions? I'm not talking about necessarily naming a distributor, but just structural changes.
Structural relative to our brand or just in the industry at large?
Well, both.
I think consolidation we have already begun to see, and I've got to believe that, and again, just in general terms, that type of consolidation might continue. I think that's just a natural evolution or a natural progression. It's happened in some cases with some of our distributors in the past, and it's possible that could occur again in the future. As we pointed out on a number of occasions, we're really happy with the distribution network that we've got right now. I think we have probably some of the best stability that perhaps we've ever had. So we're thrilled with the group that we have today. And as I said, from an industry perspective, we can only speculate that other consolidation may occur.
I've been in and around the vinyl business since I was a small child. My father, when he started this business in the 60s, there were 10 flooring distributors in the New York metropolitan market. There's now barely one. So it's inevitable that there will be consolidation, and you've got to be very, very sharp to do it well, and to be aligned with good ones is a blessing, and a blessing that we treasure very deeply.
Let me ask you about the breakdown between residential and consumer at Metroflor. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I will say, Dave, that oftentimes when we answer these questions to a large extent, it's a little speculative, in the sense that because we sell first and foremost through independent distribution, we're not always connected to where those materials end up. So oftentimes what we do is look at the types of products that we sell, the types of platforms, whether they be floating, whether they be glue down, whether they be of a 6 mil wear layer or something like Aspecta that's 28 mil, which we know, of course, is going to be used in a commercial environment. And then from that, we can derive what we believe is approximately our mix. So it varies. If I look at our dry back business, our glue down business, nearly all of it is commercial. There might be 10% that would be used in a residential environment, perhaps almost by accident. When it comes to our floating business, I think the mix is a little bit different. I think our floating business, which is primarily achieved through Connecto and our Click LVT brand, Engage, it's probably flip-flopped to the point where 70% of that, 65-70% may be used in residential environments. That could be multifamily, it could be residential remodel replacement, and then the other portion would be retail, corporate, and so forth. So for us, it's not always easy to pinpoint the mix, and it also varies and can vary dramatically by the type of platform.
We do see great opportunity in the true commercial sector.
For sure.
We see that that's our opportunity, and we have invested in that in a new brand. We've invested in that with a lot of marketing dollars, a lot of power, a lot of stuff in the marketplace, and we are communicating directly with the architects to get them to fall in love with our Aspecta brand. And we anticipate this will pay tremendous dividends over the ensuing 10 years. It is a very rapidly growing part of the LVT category.
Okay.
And it takes a lot more skill to succeed in that area.
So you do the spade work with the A&D community, and then the order is
The distributors
serviced by the...
basically do.